What's up, y'all? So y'all saw that Beyonce won the country album of the year. How y'all feel about that? We're just bringing that to the table, bringing this over here with us because this is a hot topic and everybody is mad that that woman won country album of the year. You got white folks mad, you got black folks mad, you got country folks singers mad, you got opera singers mad. Everybody's mad. How do y'all feel about Beyonce winning the country album of the year? So this is just me, and this is how um I feel or whatever. Like I feel like you know because what they saying is that Jay-Z threatened them. I guess that was last year, and then they turning around saying that Jay-Z he bought the award or whatever. I don't know how this is going, and they're showing you how these awards work, basically saying that it's not really based on talent. It's about who voting on who, and people that's doing the voting coming together and they voting on this person and this and that, and how they walking off with the award. Now let me say this. Let me be very clear about this. I really don't care either way or the other, because for one, I ain't got enough money to care. I ain't even got enough money to get a ticket to go in there, let alone watch it. So that's a rich people sport. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But speaking from an angle or from a level when I was invested, in watching the award shows and watching the Grammys and watching, these Oscars for the best film and video, who was the best nominee and who was in the category. I used to be really heavy involved in this stuff, back then when it was a good time, when BET was up and MTV was rolling, and what was that, Downtown Julie Brown signing off Wobble Wobble Goodbye, God Bless, when all of these people was in the mix. I was into it then. But then things start changing, and companies, they start selling out and buying, and people, the new owners of these award shows, or Soul Train or whoever, Dick Clark or whatever, I don't know, they start changing the recipe of how they do the shows. I kind of noticed back then, that the stuff was getting unfair. And then over time, I would tune in, and watch it and see it or whatever. And I didn't like what I was seeing. I was seeing everybody get snubbed out of awards that really deserved them. You see what I'm saying? Like, then later on here, in the last, I say, 7 or 10 years, watching Kanye, ran about how, Beyonce was snubbed out of the award with Taylor Swift, or Kanye saying he was snubbed, and all these different people feeling like they were snubbed out of their awards. I kind of stopped watching it. And, if at first it was a black thing where they would say, how they only, they not giving the awards to the black people, and people should stop going and go get their own table, and people should stop supporting them, and I was on that wagon with them for a while. But then, over the last few years up until today, when Beyonce won this Grammy or whatever, I started looking in deeper, and it don't really look like it's a black thing, but I think it's a black and a white thing, because I've seen talented black artists get snubbed out of awards, and I've seen talented, brilliant white artists get snubbed out of awards as well. Talking about the black people should stop going and supporting them. I think all of them. I think all the artists should stop going and supporting them, because it looked like to me they just passing the awards around to who they want to have them, and then the year after or a couple of years after, they'll come back and tip the scale and give it to the other person. You see what I'm saying? It all looks unfair to me. So I've been pulled out that deal right there. I've been stopped watching that stuff, because as far as I'm concerned, if it ain't about talent and it ain't about creativity and it ain't about potential and what somebody the artist put into their work, then what is it about? If it's all about people coming together voting just because they like a certain person, or they can buy an award and give it to somebody, once you on the other side and you figure all that out, well, that takes the fun out of it. You see what I'm saying? That you really don't have a leg to stand on, because it ain't based off of the video. It ain't based off the choreographer. It ain't based off the dancing. You see what I'm saying? It ain't based off of what they wore. It ain't based off of what it took to get this song going, or the tap dancing they had to do, and you know how she was able to keep up with the moves, and how he dipped her, and how they had vibrant colors in the video. It's not based off of all of those things no more. And once I start figuring that out, it just started feeling like a rigged deal to me. And then another thing that I can't get with, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but these daggum award shows, when they do these performances, these things is getting more satanic and satanic and satanic and satanic as the years go by. Now, this stuff always been going on, but we never knew it was going on. They was always, even back in the 80s and 90s, they would get up in there and talk in codes and, say what they saying, but, we wasn't that invested then, and it wasn't in our face like that then. But, throughout the last, 15 or 10 years, they start showing you subtle signs, and you start watching, and you start seeing these Illuminati signs that they throwing up, or saying these little cold things or something like that, or things that didn't make sense, and throwing these pyramids up and doing all of this stuff. And now when you watch this stuff is just in your face. Soon as you look up, a bed burning, a fire in the middle, and folks got on these satanic clothes. And at first I thought it was some gothic stuff going on, and then it started turning into and spiraling into other things. And then people wearing stuff that is beyond provocative. As far as I can see, Kanye's wife didn't do nothing wrong, because this stuff going on stage. They feeding you this stuff on stage. They making you look at this stuff on stage when they perform. They coming out, these men got on dresses, and they got their nipples hanging out and all of this mess. All kind of stuff is going on. And as far as I'm concerned, it's getting to the point where these Grammys ain't even family oriented no more. You can't even sit your kids down and watch Grammys, watch a regular song no more, because you don't know what somebody finna have on. You don't know what somebody finna take off. You don't know what's going on with these Grammys no more, So I don't really care, anymore about who wins what. But, I can look back a lot of times, and I can see where Beyonce was snubbed too, a lot of times. So her winning this country album, to me, it just felt like they just gave her one of her awards back. Oh, well. This is how I feel. Just want to see how y'all felt about this, because it's a big deal, and some people are mad. But if that's your thing, and that's what you into, then I see that, because when I was into it, I was mad too. But now I ain't mad about a lot of things, because like I said, a lot of these sports on TV are rich people sports, and I ain't rich, so it doesn't even matter. I love y'all.